How do these guys do this? Here you go. Is this better? Is this better? I don't know. You're gonna see my phone in the reflection. It's just you. Well, it's me, but it's you guys. So here you go. I've got a little bit of update. I'm flying back tonight. Okay, so tonight is Wednesday. I get on a plane here tonight, and I will arrive in Minnesota tomorrow in the afternoon. What? Seriously? I'll arrive back tomorrow in the afternoon. So I know you guys have been wanting some sort of update, some sort of thing. So I'm here, and I guess I am killing time to let people filter in. This video's only gonna be about 10 to 20 minutes long, okay? Because I don't have and haven't had a good place to stream the whole time. So here's the deal. Let's see. What should we start with? Because I want to wait a little bit. I'll give the Vic Mignogna update in just a minute. But let's start with this. What's coming up? What's coming up? When I get back, I'm going to do a full debriefing of HawaiiCon. It is an amazing convention. It's an amazing convention. And I can't say that enough in enough words. So I'm going to take a lot of words and talk about it when I get back. It's different than any other convention. It's different than, it's not an expo. It's a fan-run con. There's a lot of variety in the guests, but the ability to access the guests is something that isn't present in any other place. It's just like I spent a while talking to John Rhys Davies, who is Gimli, right, from Lord of the Rings, also Hagrid from Harry Potter. I spent a while talking to him about his childhood and just growing up and what his life has been like, and it was fascinating. Fantastic. It's something you don't get to do at other shows because there are so many people there. I got to take tours with Eddie McClintock from Warehouse 13, who's a super nice guy. I got to go out snorkeling on a snorkel tour with Vic and Eddie as well. There's just tons of stuff to do. There's tons of access to the guests. There's also lots of education and stuff that goes on. Really great con. I'm going to be talking about it more specifically soon. You guys need to, the price tag to come to HawaiiCon is big for a lot of people because you've got to buy a plane ticket and come here and all of that stuff. But what I'll tell you is they get a good rate on the rooms. The plane ticket is, I know a lot of people who spend more than that at cons anyway. And if it's something you can save up for, it's 100% worth it. So that's great. Hagrid is Robbie Coltrane, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that said, gosh, this is, how do you guys do this? This is difficult and annoying. Let's see. Let's talk about the Vic update, because this is about, we're into this. We're into this. The update is there's no deal at mediation with any of the parties. None of the parties have come to any sort of agreement. Other than that, everybody is being very tight-lipped because it's mediation. You're supposed to go to it in good faith. I'm sure everyone did, right, Marky? Very, very smart lady. There's no deal, which is not really a surprise from most of the defendants, but everybody's being very tight-lipped about it, so we'll see what happens if people start talking about it. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some details of it very soon. Who knows? Who knows? That said, the judge's ruling is due Friday or Monday, maybe. I'll be very interested to see which day Chup decides to drop his ruling. I think Chup might drop it on Friday. But if he drops it on Monday, something very weird happens, and we'll see how that works out. So, As for that, I hope to have Ty on the show to discuss more in the future, to talk about what the next steps are. But that's all coming, right? There will be we'll get a stream with Ty on to talk about what he can. Some things may be shifting up here with mediation not working out, or they may be shifting down. I don't know, right? Like I said, everybody's being tight-lipped about this, and we'll just have to wait. As for what's the other thing? What's the rest of the title of this show? Updates coming up. Oh, I've made great connections here at HawaiiCon. I've talked with some other YouTubers. We're going to have some new guests on the show soon. Some people I think you'll like a lot. Some people who may surprise you. And then people you may have never heard of. We're going to talk to them too. I've met some interesting people in the... What are these doing? In the field of philosophy. Who are professors of philosophy, and I think they might make some very interesting content because they talk about sort of what's going on in these very popular shows, like Star Trek, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, lots of stuff like that. What's going on in anime from a philosophical perspective. Those would probably be some cool shows coming up. So we're going to have those. I hope to introduce you to some new people that maybe you'll like, maybe not. We'll see, right? We'll see. And again, some other YouTubers as well. And we'll have those guys. Oh, I gotta get away from the sun. We'll have those guys on, and we'll be talking more about this cultural incursion that's going on. Right? This baffling thing where we have a society that is deciding to cancel people. I'm making many connections for BoomerCon or CancelCon. I'm debating on the name, but that's more and more something I want to do. Depending on who we get for a guest list worked up, there may be some other steps to that. We'll be talking about it soon, but we are working on getting that going. And the amount of connections I've been able to make at this convention have been phenomenal, very personal, and open doors to people who might be really great at that type of show. So we'll be talking about that going forward. But let's recap real quick. HawaiiCon is fantastic. It's a great convention. It could use some love and attendance. It is a small con. There's no illusion about that. It's very hard to get people to come out to an island in the middle of the Pacific. Yeah, you typically need to book more than the time for the con, and flights can be expensive, so that's not unusual or surprising, but it is something that it's an experience different than any other con, with access to guests that you will never ever have anywhere else. And really, with that's just like a VIP ticket. It's not like you have to spend tons and tons of money to have time to meet with these guys. There's barely any line to see anybody, so you can go straight up. Like John Rice Davies is sitting at the table. You can walk right up and talk to him, shake his hand, get his autograph, have a few minutes to speak, all of that stuff. And there's not like an hour of line behind you putting pressure on that interaction. So anyway, more HawaiiCon talk will be coming. I'm hoping to get the owner, or well, the con owners. I'm hoping to get both of them on at some point because they're really great. I think you guys will really like them, and they are aware. They are very aware of what's going on in the con community, and we'll get hopefully them on one or several times. Plus, we've got some new stuff coming. Again, the final thing on the Vic update, which I'm going to use as, goodness gracious, which I'm going to wrap up this show pretty soon here. This is just a short thing to kind of let people know what's been going on. But a final update on the Vic thing is there is no deal from mediation, so we've got to see what happens with Judge Chupp over the next couple days. Friday is when I think he might rule. He may technically have until Monday. I don't think Judge Chupp will wait until Monday. I think that might cause him some potential appealable issues. I don't know if that would work out, but I think it'd be a weird thing for him to do, depending on what he wants to do. So, show you my knees. No. Yeah, that's about it. No deal on mediation. We'll talk soon about that. Like I said, everybody's tight-lipped, so I don't have a ton of info. I think Ron Toye is going on Mad Black, but to do an interview, which seems like a very, very smart thing for both Ron and Mad Black to do. I wish them all well. One final thing about that. This is specifically in regards to the Mad Black sort of situation. People keep telling me that Mad Black has some sort of beef with me or whatever. I am no longer concerned with anything Mad Black has to say. So I'm not going to sit there and bother with it. So if you've got all sorts of reports about what he's saying, I don't care. I don't care about it at all. It's a problem that's beneath my radar from now on. So with that said, I'm looking forward to getting back and getting into shows with you guys and talking and having fun and drinking lots of whiskey, and we will be in touch, right? And I think you might be in for some surprises very soon, so we'll keep it at that for now as a tease, because you gotta always end up with a tease. And we've got some good stuff coming, but I'll be back tomorrow night, Thursday night, 11 p.m. Just like the normal schedule will resume. I may do some streams throughout the weekend. There's a lot of stuff going on, both inside Vic's case and outside of Vic's case, that we'll have to talk about. So stay tuned. Hope you guys are having a good time. There's a couple super chats. I'm gonna see. I don't know how to read them. How do I read them? Super chat. That's not helpful. Oh, here we go. I'm going to read through. There's just like 4 or 5 super chats. We're going to read them, and then we're going to be done. And I'm going to finish up my day here in Hawaii and then get on a plane. So Cesario JPN says, did you buy any local alcohol? I did. I bought Fid Street Gin. I bought some Kula rum. But I don't have a ton of room to bring stuff back. So I had to kind of take it easy. Chappie says, Jamie Markey hasn't been tight in years. That's revolting. Thank you. Mr. Leon says, Nicky Rackets ran off with his husbando, Vic. No. Vic is back at mediation. I've been here with Lady Rackets the entire time, having an absolute blast. I got to golf. I got to go look at manta rays. I can waste a bunch of time talking about that stuff on the upcoming shows. But if you guys want, I'm not going to do like vacation pick stream unless you guys really care about that. Gothic says BoomerCon is a go. BoomerCon is getting closer and closer to go right now. It's a big leap with a big investment, and doing that big investment is going to be very, very tricky, right? So, but there's some ideas on funding it through something like Indiegogo and giving people access to tickets and stuff like that for early support. So I will be hammering that out with some quality advisors who put on lots of conventions, and we will put together a team to put together this con that I think would blow your socks off, and then you'd have to show feet. Matthew Harder says, show us your nanner hammock. No, I'm wearing pants. Well, shorts. I'm wearing dad shorts. Nunya Biz says, the only thing tight on Markey is the waist on her stretch pants. And Batman says, Jamie Markey has back boobs. And I guess some guys might be into that, but I am not. Danny Rendon says, are you going to talk to Dave Silverman on his Me Too lawsuit? Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look it up and see if I can get into touch with people. All right, guys, let's call it a day. This 15 minutes. This is right about where I wanted to be. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know it's been a long time for streaming, and I know this is a short stream, but tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Central, just like normal, the full stream will happen, and we will be we'll go back to having a good time and drinking and explaining things, and we will talk to you very soon. All right, guys, have a good night. Peace. Now, how do I end this? That was such a dramatic ending. How do I end this? Like that? Okay, here we go. Now, peace.